Hello and welcome back to the DOLECAST. We're back. We're absolutely back, and it's the first podcast in about a month. First time I've done a solo podcast without Aaron, and yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, this mic doesn't work. This is here just for display before anybody thinks I'm speaking through this microphone. So if the sound quality isn't the greatest, it's not my issue. So we're back doing the podcast. It's been a month or so, but it's back better than ever. We've got a new SD card, 16 hours of recording space, and a camera with 106 minutes of battery charge. It's absolutely brilliant. We're gonna jump straight in. I've got a list of stuff, and this coffee's gonna get cold. How about a nice plug? Yeah, that slurp. I've really went into coffee recently, big time. I don't know why, to be honest. I've been a big tea drinker all my life, but I've just decided that I'm gonna try coffee out, and I started off with the iced coffees. Half a carton of sugar, water, milk, coffee granules, and then we ran out of coffee granules, and Mum got this other stuff, which isn't quite coffee granules. It's a lot thinner, so when you try to put it in, it looks a bit like dirt, basically. But it's not too bad. I quite like it. But yeah, this is the hot stuff. That's what people call me. But yeah, I've started drinking. I mean, the other day I had like 8 cups of coffee, so I've then discovered that it really gave me a heart attack. So there's enough stuff going on in the world right now that I don't need a heart attack on my plate. But yeah, I always had the intention of doing a video podcast. Me and Aaron a few weeks ago tried a podcast. We've had two guests on, actually. We had Stephen Beck and we had Ryan Hill on separate podcasts. But you may see those one day, you may not. They may just never see the light of day. If we get a Patreon going, may stick it up in the Patreon. Who would pay though? I wouldn't. So yeah, I also have a digestive biscuit that I might 1, 2, 3 seconds. That's probably a really bad idea to just hear me crunching. It's also VE Day today, Victory over Europe Day, which is a big thing over in England due to Northern Ireland's complicated past. It's not as big a thing here, but we're making it work. We're making scones. I don't know if we are. I'm not. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this podcast for a good couple of days now. But just with the way things, Amazon are actually surprisingly quick. But the camera that I'm recording this on, I got about 3 years ago for Christmas. Never used it. Ever. This is the first time I've probably done anything with it. I think I recorded one video with it, and someone commented underneath, "What calculator did you film this on?" Which I thought was quite funny. But yeah, it's true. It wasn't the best. But yeah, I've wanted to do this podcast for a while. Ordered about £50 worth of stuff on Amazon the other day. A couple of SD cards. The SD card, the big adalah, 128 gigabytes, which is on that now. But you people don't care about that. I hope my sound's good, because if it's not, I'll try and sort that for the next podcast. But I mean, if the sound's not good in this, I'm just using the camera footage because I'm not recording this again. Okay, simply put. But yeah, so basically, for whatever reason, the universe just did not want me to record this podcast. I ordered these on Monday. They said they'd be here for Tuesday. They weren't here for Tuesday. It didn't arrive on Tuesday. Then yesterday at about 10 in the morning, the Amazon van arrived, and I was like, let's get in. There's a watch somewhere. I need to find this. Alright, I'm finding this watch. got it. I've got the watch. It's okay. It's all secure. That's been doing my head in for the past genuinely about 2 months. But I've just decided. Oh no, I'm just gonna leave that. I've just decided not to do anything about it because it didn't really affect anybody but me. But now it's a podcast, so it's affecting other people. But yeah, where was I? Amazon van shows up yesterday. I'm thinking, brilliant. Record a podcast straight away. Nah. This thing comes, which is for those listening to the audio podcast on Spotify, this is a adapter to put old headphones into a new phone. Useless. Absolutely useless. You know? So, then I was like, oh, no podcast today either, because let's be honest, I need to get the show on the road. And then at about 3-4 o'clock yesterday, 3 more Amazon packages arrived. Different guy delivered them. Looked like he'd been on drugs straight for about 2 weeks. If he's listening, I'm sorry, but hey, just change your ways. And he arrived with the package. It's almost 11 o'clock already. Brilliant. I'll finish this in time for lunch. And yeah, so a few things arrived, including, because my MacBook is so old, including an SD card reader, because I need one of those really badly. But anyway, yeah, we've got a few things to talk about today. But number one is just this morning. I had a weird dream last night, like an extremely weird dream. And it's weird. It's one of those dreams I woke up to as well. So for whatever reason, you know, films like Madagascar, where these really, that's who it is. You know, King Julian in Madagascar, is he a lemur in Madagascar, and he's got Mort, the wee monk, half monkey, half koala, some weird business is going on thing, and I had a dream that there was a talking banana, and a monkey in the middle of the street. That sounds like a name of a song. Talking banana and a monkey in the middle of the street, but they were running away from this big monkey made of chewing gum. Yeah, hey, I think it's weird as well. Don't take my absolutely horrendous stuff. I mean, it was quite scary, to be honest. I just couldn't believe it, you know. And they were having a full conversation with each other, and in my head while I was dreaming this, I was convinced these were two funny characters from a blockbuster franchise. Not at all. Completely made these guys up. And they needed to get away from this chewing gum monster. And they saw a bookstore. And they were like, no. And the banana took its peel off. This must symbolise something. Can someone find this out? What this symbolises? The banana took its peel off. The monkey. They both got in. They kept mistaking things for fecal matter. So yeah, I'm gonna move on from this pretty soon because it does sound atrocious, and I hope it's my mum. Not my mum. Flip. I looked at my notes and that's on my flip's sake, this podcast is horrific. But I'm just gonna move on from that. I keep looking over there because my bed's over there, and I keep seeing them every single time. But then I ended up them going through a big, because they're so small. Because they're only wee bananas. Even though banana's pretty big, you know, they ended up going through this massive poo. But yeah, weird dream. Definitely just me. But if anyone can shed some light into what that means, some sort of metaphor for coronavirus, that's a big pile of poo. Yeah. But yesterday I was up working here, and I listened to podcasts while I work, and I was listening to Colin Geddes, I think, Colin Geddes podcast yesterday, who was talking about something, and then it just changed completely. The podcast just turned off, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And if anyone knows, if anyone watches, stutter! If anyone watches Colin Geddes or listens to Colin Geddes' podcast, they'll know that it's not the most clean thing in the entire world. There are certain explicit moments, you know, using objects behind him and in front of him, and he was talking about something really inappropriate, and the sound went, and it was like somebody had paused it, and I just went to unpause it, and hit play again, and there was no sound coming through my headphones, but it was playing on Spotify. And I was like, what's the crack with this? And then I looked on the devices section, Daniel's Echo, which is downstairs where my mum's working, and you know Colin Geddes was just booming through that Alexa, and I don't know what she heard. She didn't mention it to me, but I know it was bad. But what was happening was Mum was trying to put her music on, and it was connected to my Mac, while the stuff on my Mac was connecting to her Alexa. So it was being weird. So like I was getting her 80s, and she was getting Colin Geddes, and then I turned it off, and then I continued for about 10 minutes, and then it happened again. She's very stubborn, and after 10 minutes, I was like, right, how do I just get rid of this so she knows that I mean business? And I was like, well, we'll just play a song called Stop It. So it plays, Alexa, stop it. But obviously I don't know any songs called Stop It, But then I looked up Stop It, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard this. There's a from Japan, of course. There's I nearly made a coronavirus joke, but that's so racist. There's a band called BAP, BAP. They have a song called Stop It, but I couldn't tell from Spotify's, image at the front of them that this was a Japanese band. So I clicked on the song, and I hoped the lyrics would just be, stop it, or something like that. Nah, man, the lyrics were this. Hold on. Advertisement, brilliant. Yeah, I hate my life. Like, I really, wish things would just go right for me once. 2 ads, absolutely brilliant. My goodness. You're just really dry for content. And now it's buffering. Oh, there we go. Here we have the music video for it as well. The internet's really slow. Oh, here we go. And it's just a load of guys twerking in a music video. Now, you can only imagine what my mum thought when she heard that. If she thought Colin Geddes is weird. She probably would have been like, Daniel, what are you listening to? Or 12 minutes. I actually didn't need my phone back for more notes. But yeah, extremely weird. However, I did add it to my videos playlist using the video sometime. Because what the flip? And my notes are gone for the podcast, are they? Absolutely brilliant. How's this happened? Yeah. Someone can explain to me why my notes have just... yeah. Unreal. I love this podcast and everything about it. Oh yes. But Mum and Alexa, two things that shouldn't go together. Again, another situation with my mum. Very funny lady. Even though she's not doing anything in it. Oh yes, this chair's cool. But I also posted a video yesterday about making money, so you can go watch that. I don't know why I keep taking a bite of the biscuit, but I've also got a cold. We'll talk about that later. Aaron, good friend, in fact, extremely good co-host of the podcast. I was playing. It's quite complicated. During lockdown, I don't know about you, but I've kind of gone back to my childhood, big time. A long time ago, and I'm talking like 9, 10. People that know me now probably don't even know this exists. It doesn't exist, by the way. It's all gone. My existing YouTube channel that this podcast will be on used to be a Minecraft YouTube channel with all the Minecraft of the content of the world on it. Brilliant stuff. And me and Aaron returned to our Minecraft days. We started a new world with friend of the podcast who's been on the podcast before, Jamie James Gaming. However, this will be the last time he's on the podcast. But yeah, absolute havoc with that world. But I'll explain in a second. But anyway, me and Aaron will play for maybe, and Ryan, who's actually yet to be on the podcast, but he's been on Bonus Cook. He's been a Bonus Cook and Cooking on the Dole, and Ben Davidson, who's been both on Cooking on the Dole and on the podcast, Quality Memer. This hat sits really, really high above my head, but I mean, you can't sit down unless you're listening to the video podcast, so I'm going to move swiftly onwards. Okay, bad idea. So me and Aaron would play, maybe let's say, probably earlier, just after lunch, maybe until basically the late hours of the night, because apart from this podcast, there hasn't been much going on. And but with breaks, like maybe I'll go get a cup of coffee, or he'll go to the toilet, go get a drink, stuff like that. And the other night, my mum and dad asked if they could borrow my MacBook for a Zoom call. I was like, yep, gave them the MacBook, and me and I went back on the Minecraft. This was after dinner, so I'd had dinner, and no one was on, and I Discorded my MacBook. That's how I mainly communicate with my mates, and I'll get it up. I think I can without this pausing. Please don't pause. Is that paused? No, absolutely brilliant. And Aaron texted me this. He said, "Oh, come on. Oh yeah, here we go. It's just being really slow. Maybe it's because I'm on iMovie. Okay, yes. So full capital letters at 2 minutes to 8 on the 6th of May. Mate, please ring me back. This is important. I'm not joking. All of that in capital letters. So naturally, my mum and dad have seen this on the Mac and went, "Oh flip, something's wrong." And they tapped the window at me and they went, "Go, come on. You need to phone Aaron now." So I phoned, like I rarely actually phone Aaron, and I phoned him, and I was like, "What's the problem?" And he goes, see if I'm making toast. Can I eat it?" What? If I'm making toast, I'm allowed to eat it, am I? My mum and dad are looking at me in the other room as if, what's going on? Like, who's died? Like, is their house on fire? If I put the toast in the toaster, and butter it, I can't eat it, can't I? Shut up, mate. Just absolutely. Now, for those of you thinking that he's serious, he does know how to eat toast, but he thought he was being funny, and nearly gave my mum and dad a mini heart attack. And then he texted my mum and dad on Discord, and he said, "Sorry, I was joking. Sorry for interrupting the Zoom call." Unbelievable. This podcast will also probably be slightly shorter than other podcasts, and absolutely, if you've made it to 19 minutes in, which a lot of you probably won't, and are listening, give me suggestions on what you want me to do, and if we get Aaron on, if we find a good way to get Aaron on the podcast without it being too disrupting, then give us things to talk about and do on the podcast, because it does work better when it's two people, But I'm just going to actually check that this is still recording, because that would be absolutely atrocious if it wasn't recording, So we're at 19 minutes for me. Brilliant stuff. And yeah, so we started up this Minecraft world with a friend of ours, James Bryan. Flip me, not friends for long. Okay. It's alright. Coffee's getting cold. Should I down the rest? Yeah. Makes me got a couple of just granules at the bottom that weren't dissolved. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Absolutely foul. But you can get your DOLECAST mugs if you contact me. That's a joke. Not at this flipping time of pandemics. I don't know, granules in my mouth. But we started this Minecraft world with James Bryan, and he brought us on with about 10 to 15 other people, let's say. That's probably the highest there was of people, mixed from England. There was Oscar, who does the Jam Jar podcast with James. It sucks. And there's hey, who said that? And this extends ages. Oh yes, brilliant stuff. Oh, I look like Colin Geddes now, don't I? Even though it's not plugged in. But hey, who's more professional? Probably me. And jokes. And we started this world, and me and Aaron built inside a cave. This class looking, and this is the most tea-filled story. This is the most gossip you'll get out of lockdown. So you want to stick around. I wish we recorded this, because this would have been the best YouTube series in the history of the world. And we built this class house, out of a cave, and they had their own house and everything. I, being the mischievous little devil I am, I saw that they had we were low on food, and I saw that they had loads of food, and loads of fish to be exact, and I was like, how are you getting that? Because you need a fishing rod, or you just go and kill them, but it's easier with a fishing rod. Saw an enchanted fishing rod, which just makes the item better, basically, in Minecraft, for all you absolute losers out there that have never played it. And I took it, I stole it. Now, yes, okay, brilliant, call me Danny Ocean. Yeah, brilliant, nice, put that in a t-shirt. That full sentence, just put, call me Danny Ocean. Yeah, nice, put that in a t-shirt. That merch coming soon. Tangent. So, brilliant. So, yes, then I stole the fishing rod and took it back to the house. Used it loads. It was brilliant gadget. And then then I went back, and they had a stack of wheat. No, they had multiple stacks of wheat, which you can make bread from. That's common sense. And honestly, see, with the whole lockdown and social distancing, common sense is so rare that it's a superpower at the minute. Okay? Put that in the t-shirt as well. And, a wee bit of wheat, it does no one's gonna die. No one's gonna die. Take the wheat. And then for a couple of days, me and Aaron aren't playing. Just with better things to do. Not really, but better things to do. Come back on. And Aaron says, you need to get on this world right now. I was like, why? What's happened? I come back on. Our house, non-existent. All my stuff gone. All the stuff that we genuinely had worked hard for was gone. Because I stole a stack of wheat and a fishing rod. Which I actually returned the fishing rod. And there was this big house in the distance where I had stolen it from, with about 10 people lived in. And they called themselves, I'm not going to say the name of the people, because I don't want this video removed or taken off YouTube, especially for how long it is. But you could probably guess what something to do with World War II, Germany, and it begins with M. And it rhymes with Zapsies. Crapsies. Yeah, that they called themselves that. The Crapsies. But it wasn't that. And we were like, right, that's it. We're just gonna go and absolutely doom them all. Went in, lava everywhere. Went into their chest room, broke all the chests, so the stuff was on the floor. Lava, it's gone. Completely incinerated the place. And then they all started crying to James Bryan, who owns the world. Paid for it. Good lad. Because we'd burnt their stuff, and they were like, reset the world. And the sheepy did it. Jokes, James, I love you. He did it. And we basically got booted off the world and weren't allowed back. And I had a discussion with James, also on Discord. And on my Mac's getting really warm, and the fan's really going. My goodness, I don't want to take it. And James got really a bit annoyed, and he called Aaron a chimp at one stage, and he said that he was gonna make a diss track on me. And hey, I'm all for it. I'm absolutely all for it. but James wasn't pleased, booted us off the server, and after much persuasion and us telling James that it wasn't us and it wasn't our fault, also the hair's grown back, but that's for another podcast, and we told James it wasn't our fault, and he said, okay, fair enough, I'll let us back. Me and Aaron just dipped to the far regions, okay, set up our own house on top of this big mountain, lovely, it was a safe haven. I don't know why I'm moving into this microphone, it doesn't work. A safe haven for all. And we set it up and it was lovely. Then we built a few maps, got Ryan on the world, and we decided to go and follow the new Crapsies because they had moved away after we tormented their base. So every faction, if you will, every team was in a different part of the map. And if you're still sticking with me, you're a superstar. We found their thing last night, and then shortly afterwards, they really didn't like me. They really, really didn't like me, and they were framing me and leaving signs down saying I was doing stuff I didn't do. Petty, and these guys are all like university age. And they called me in and they invited me to the Xbox party. I joined and they said, hey bro, can we just all be civil? And can we just have peace? What do you want in return? Oh, I forgot to mention. And people have been duplicating, items. So everything was highly illegal. And we were like, okay, let's make peace. Got Aaron and Ryan down. We all made peace. Apart from James Bryan's faction, his clan. And we said, James doesn't want peace. He's threatened to put us off the world. How about we all just go and not siege him, but just, basically go at him and give him two options. Death or peace. Yeah, just make sure a hand in frame. And that's really loud, wow. Oh my, hold on, how loud is this thing getting? Or warm? Okay, pretty warm. Wow, maybe, okay. 40-minute podcast, I think. And James got really, really quite angry. And we all went up and basically stormed his house. Didn't take or touch anything. About 15 of us. And I've got the game clips. I might insert them. I don't know. If I have the time, I'll do it. If I don't, that's okay. Just picture how beautiful it was. Went into this castle, surrounded James, all stood like the knights of the round table, and gave him two options. I spoke first and I said, hey, two options, death or peace. James chose neither. Took my bow out, aimed it at him, and then he said, hey, peace. And it was the most intense 2 hours of my life last night. Genuinely. The most intense 2 hours of my life. And James, in the end, we all signed a peace treaty. Each faction got a copy. We went our separate ways. And then we decided to make our minecart system to our houses. And that's what some guy spent the early hours in the morning, I'm talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. doing. But this guy's making it so tough cookie, That didn't mean nothing anyway. But, I mean, we'll have to see the story unfolds, and we'll talk about it next week in the podcast. I do trust the boys, but there's a chance that they're not good boys, Oh yeah, but it's also Shane Todd's rave lockdown tonight, but I think we'll do some questions. Now, we've got a few questions from a few weeks ago as well that we can do. So, James Bland replied to your story. Talk about how you were framed. So that's what I just talked about. I was framed big time. I was set up. I was, stuff was done to each other's houses. And now there's essentially a law being made. I was, everybody's put in each other's houses. And putting stuff, putting signs down saying Daniel did this, Daniel did that. Which I didn't do. Brutal stuff. Also, James Bryan keeps sending me memes. What's this? Not loading. Some would say it's perfect. Will McGowan replied, can you follow my new Rainbow Six Siege account? Well, it says R6, but I presume that's Rainbow Six Siege. It's a game, don't play it. Can you follow my new R6 account called Drengar R6? That's a fat no. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Stephen Beck. What are girthy orange turnip prices? I think that's about Animal Crossing. I really don't play it. Should we phone Aaron and see? Yeah, we'll phone Aaron. Let's see. Please reply. He might not even be up
Welcome
yet.
to the Tesco mobile messaging service. The person you're calling is unable to take your...
That's called him still being in bed. We'll call him one more time. See what the crack is. I'll FaceTime him. Come on, pick up. Having absolutely none of it, unfortunately. We'll call him at the end of the podcast and see what the crack is. But, yeah, it's unfortunate. But we've got some more questions. You know. Zach Nickel asked, this is from a while ago, but I just never answered these. So, Zach Nickel, goal for the end of 2020. I'd love to do a collab with Shane Toll, or one of the local comedians, or Joel the Magician, who's unreal. He's got 1 million followers on TikTok. Absolute king, beast. I also made a TikTok. It's called Daniel. Oh, that's something we can talk about. The TikToks. So if anyone is watching this podcast, but for whatever reason, and you're in Colombia and haven't listened and haven't seen my YouTube channel, it's just Daniel Houston. It's just, if you look up Daniel Houston, I'll be the first one that comes up. Yeah, pretty class. And that's Houston spelled Houston. But if you're watching the video podcast, you'll be on it. And basically, there was a lot of TikTok comments being made of me. Extremely naughty. Yeah, big time. Like, there was one commenting on 9-year-old girls' TikToks and stuff, which I actually just found out about last night. Completely over the line. Non-central, basically. Non-ophilia. Made that up, put that in a t-shirt as well. In fact, maybe don't put that in a t-shirt, because if you walk around with non-ophilia on your shirt, you might get pulled over by a few people, beaten up. But yeah, that I'd love to work one of them. I don't know how we've come to this, but I made a TikTok video on it, and Joel was in it. I texted Joel and was like, I keep hitting. I'm glad this mic doesn't work, because I keep hitting it in my hat. But I texted Joel and was like, do you want to be in this? Like, can you do me a big solid and just basically just show your face? And he was like, yeah, no bother, because he's a legend. And he did it, and he was in it, and I've got a few other people in it, including Wee Goose, his brother, Oshie Bettles. Doesn't talk like that at all. Don't know why I did that. Next podcast we'll talk about this, but I hate Northern Irish schmick mentality. But that's not Oshie Bettles, by the way. I just hate it. But yeah, goal for them 2020. We work with one of them, absolutely. Elliot McKeown, how many subs do you think you'll be? And I haven't written the rest of that question down on my Mac, but I think I've got it somewhere on my phone. Oh, here we go. How many subs do you think you'll be? How many subs do you think you'll be on by the end of the year and then decade? End of the year, like they'll be making money. Not that money's a big deal, but that's the starting point. I'd love to do this as a full-time job, podcast and YouTube, stuff like that. So 1,000 by the end of the year will be unreal. And puberty, and the other one was in the decade. End of the decade, that is 10 years. 10 years, I'll be 25. So I'd love to be doing this full time. But yeah. So end of the decade, I wouldn't know how many subs I'd like to be on. Maybe 300k more. That's obviously a lot to ask. But 10 years, if I'm making videos for 10 years, people have to subscribe. That's the way it works. And I think that's all the podcast questions for today. Get your podcast questions in. Absolutely. Sorry about that. We are just sort of... You ever heard of bootlegger? Okay. Where do you see this? The first thing that happens when you go on TikTok. TikTok always also starts with an advert. Does my scorning. And of course, the Wi-Fi is going to be mega slow. It just looks like we're using 4G. And even with 4G, it sucks. Absolute big ones. Come on. Yeah, I don't want to see the advert. I'd love to see the, yeah. Oh, there's a girl that's just shaved her hair. Let me find bootlegger. Come on. Also, there he is. Flip me. I'm dropping my phone.
Well, coming straight from work. Got me work boots off, no kiss on the cheeks. Off indoors. Just an absolute godful that me toxic trotters. Well, off at it again. She reckons they haven't been that bad since Lanzarote.
He absolutely hasn't a clue what he's on about half the time he's speaking. They haven't had a clue since Lanzarote. Just come home from work, my work boots off. Brilliant stuff. What's this one? Just do what the captain does. Oh, here we go.
Roses are red. I've got small balls.
I'm absolutely sick and tired of sitting by these patio doors.
I'm absolutely sick and tired of sitting by these patio doors. Absolute alcoholic. The definition of drinking his life away. Sitting in the exam thinking you know everything.
Buenas noches, eh? Buenas noches. Caligrita if you're in Greece. Cleverer than I look, baby.
Cleverer than I look, baby. Right, one more, because these are brilliant. The captain never stops.
Oh, you've had too much when you go out for a smoke and the bouncer taps you on the shoulder and says, "Hey, you, how much have you had to drink?" And I look him back in the eyes and say, "Not enough, baby."
You've had too much to drink when you go out for a smoke. And the first time I watched that, I thought he said bench. So I thought the bench was asking him how much he was drinking. You know you've had too much, baby, when you go outside and the bench taps you on the shoulder and he asks you how much you've had to drink and you sing not enough, baby. Absolutely brilliant. Words. And just one more. We're all waiting for the football to be back, baby.
Well, I haven't got a clue who scored it.
What? My goodness. That's brilliant. I have to censor that. Well, I haven't got a clue who scored it. Brilliant. He's an absolute beast. He's an absolute beast and a half. More bootlegger content coming next week, you know. He's just absolute. He's the English DJ Finney. And I've talked about it in every podcast, but there'll be more DJ Finney content coming next week. But yeah, that sort of does this podcast. It's been about 40 minutes, 38 in my clock, but I mean, I would like to ideally get this out. I was going to say today, but it'll be tomorrow at least. But I mean, today is the Friday the 8th of May, and if this podcast has sucked, it's sucked, and then we'll just not do anymore. But I cannot wait for things to be back on track. We've also obviously had to change a seating, and the curtains are closed, and it's 11:30 in the morning, you know. But I've been real. I haven't been real. I've been real. No, I've been the Dole Man. I've been Daniel. You've been listening or watching to the DOLECAST, and thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next week. No, I'll stop this and then I'll stop the camera. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.